All right, peace, peace, peace. What up? First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shot is blessing your day. By His mercies you want to consume. We're alive in the Most High in your house shot's body, and two are naturally alive, man. And I want to get into this, man, because some are like doing the whole. This all goes into like let's go wisdom assignment real quick, because I know some are observing the day assignment Maccabees, man. But it's more things like Yahushua said, John 6:63, his words are spirit, man. Because on the natural tip, we're gonna look at some things also too spiritually, man. This the whole testimony and things of that nature. But let's get this whole wisdom assignment real quick, man. Because we're gonna look at some things. I was just looking at it yesterday, man, because there was a certain congregation, shout out to them brothers, they invited me to the day assignment class, but I was gonna get into this, man, because we're gonna get down to how, and honestly too, I was just thinking about this earlier, man. The sister, the video, not the video, the a Facebook post or online, the sister had made a while back. I don't think she was in the word, but she was going to how why are people one how the Most High House I said in Proverbs 16:4. Some people are just created to be wicked. Some people are just wicked as hell. But it's but the sister, I think we put it on here. We talked about before. She's like, listen, what profit? Why are you just so mean? How can you be so mean spirited and so malicious, so spiteful? What are you getting out of that, man? Because one, people are empty inside. One, past hurt, pain, or betrayal, lack of love. One, love that they never got, and two, betrayal, love they didn't get, and two, some people they get a thrill off of that. They just like that. Some people of Satan, of serpent, they're just malicious, evil people. They were that's just who they are, and there's other factors in that as well. But I was thinking about this, but this all ties into that what we gotta go into. But it says and shout out to brother Kwame calling Shalom, man, because they bring the scripture out a lot too. For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that's subject subject unto sin, man. Because it can't, the Most High house I can't do on that. Because if your body is the temple and the temple is defiled, I can't dwell in there. But First John 4 goes into how he wants to dwell, how he dwells in within you, it dwells in within you, like Zebulon, which means dwelleth in you, his spirit, the word. Which is the fruits of spirit that's in his name. So Exodus 34:6, Jeremiah 9:24, Numbers 14:18. But if you're malicious, that can't dwell within you, man. But that's neither here nor there, man. But it's going into that, man. What we saying? It says, "For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that's subject to sin." So yeah, man, let's get to because it's all talking about maliciousness, how the Most High house I can't dwell within there. My bad, y'all. I gotta slow down, kind of, First Maccabees chapter 13 real quick, because this all ties into Simon Maccabees and things of that nature. But I want to look at this in real quick, man, because there's a lot of testimony in Simon, man. Yeah, man, let's grab this too, man. First Maccabees 13 and because it's all doing to that what you call them, maliciousness. Let's grab this. Let's look at this real quick. First Maccabees chapter 13 verse 6. This is, "Doubtless I will avenge my nation with the sanctuary and our wives and our children, for all the heathen had gathered together to destroy us with very malice." So yeah, man, that's what it is. Because one, where where they hate the Most High house, and two, heathen just means godless as well, man. So it's all it's, at the end of the day, it's about the righteous and the wicked. But these other nations, they don't like the Most High house. They're heathen. Just means godless. So it's very they do it because this too. People think because these are the Most High Yahshua's enemies, and these are our enemies as well. Because when people say that, because one, it's the Most High Yahshua, like he said one time in Judges, he strengthened the king of Moab because of our disobedience. Baruch says, it was for our, we haven't brought to these nations, because we brought to these other nations in punishment because we provoked the Most High Yahshua's wrath. So that's what it is. But at the end of the day, these other people, these other nations, they're going to do that. They're they're gonna do that just because they want to do that anyway. Because that's why the Most High House are gonna see them about that. Because like no, like because he said, because listen, a lot of time for the most part, unless it's the Most High House is doing, like he said, listen, y'all just gonna be serving under these people. Y'all just gonna be like captive under these people. But all the other stuff these other nations do, like Esau and like all these even throughout the world, four corners, like these Hamitic nations, the Ishmael, these Arabics, the Chinese, the Asians, what they do to our people, and all these other nations of people, what they do, because they doing that because they want to do it. It's out the malice and hatred. One for the Most High house shot, and they can't. We talked about it last year, like around the draft when during the NBA draft. Like, listen, the only reason why, even we seen this with even though there's other factors with that, with Shador, people, reason why people they're going at Shador Sanders because they his dislike of their father, pretty much. Even though Deion is kind of half and half with Deion. A lot of people do like Deion, but then again, like how he cares himself, this might be off putting certain people. But but they don't like Deion. Same with LeBron. Like the reason why they came at Bronny because they hate the son. So yeah, and that's what they do. They take it out on his sons and daughters. He takes it out they take it out the hatred to the father on the children, man. These other nations, man. So that's why the Most High House shall go and see them about that. One, because they importantly they don't respect his name and they worship other gods. And two and three, really third on the list is what they do to his children. Whether they believe, whether our people believe or not, that's still his children at the end of the day. So listen, because we know the saying, growing up in the street. Listen, I can talk about I can talk about my kin, but you better not. Yeah, so that's the same type of deal. That's how the Most High House does. Listen, I can deal with them because listen, that's my people. So I can say something about that. I can handle that, but you better not. So that's how the Most High House works, man. So that's the reason why, because a lot of people get confused or befuddled. I should say, if that's a word. I think it's a word because I heard Nori say it on Drink Champs, but they get confused by that. But yeah, man, because the Most High House, they never told them to do this unless he did tell them to do this and stuff like that, or that's our judgment. Yeah, but sometimes they're gonna do that either way, man. So that's neither here nor there. My bad for that sidebar, but I just want to get into that. It says, doubtless I will avenge my nation in the sanctuary of our wives, our children, and for all the heathen that gathered around us gathered to destroy us of very malice. So yeah, exactly, man. So yes, exactly. And their heathen means godless. So a malicious soul, the Most High Yahushua, his spirit can't even dwell within there, man. Shoot. Even that, even like second Ezra 1 goes into calling our people heathen. Even some of our people, they're godless, they're heathen, man. So it's not by blood. So that Roman 9:6 comes in. Because remember what he said in Jeremiah, he's come back for the circumcised in the heart and all the uncircumcised. So he's coming for everybody, but that's neither here nor there, man. But a lot of people get confused by that. It's like, no, man, these other nations, he never told them to do that. They wanted to do that. Just like the Romans, man, what they did to Yahushua. They did, even though our people gave him over to him. No, y'all still not guiltless from that. No. So let's grab Psalms real quick. So yeah, but this all goes into maliciousness, spitefulness, all that stuff. Psalms 83 real quick, man. Because when they do this stuff, it's really out of malice for the Most High Yahushua. And of course, and also too because they hate them, and also too his children, his people. It said, for they had consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. So yeah, they because they out of maliciousness they did. Because also too, man, that's why Obadiah, when we read Obadiah, when the Nebuchadnezzar was coming with the Babylonians was coming in, coming in to destroy the temple, things of that nature. You read it in First Esdras as well. Esau and stuff like that. They came in, it had nothing to do with them. They was guarding the way so we couldn't leave, man. So yeah, that's why he said that in Obadiah, man. So yeah, man, just these other nations, because it's something that they want to do, man. So that's it, because they got involved with some that they never they had to do with them. Even too, we seen it even throughout, even during the time of so-called Black Wall Street, man. When we had our own thing going, that's something that they wanted to do, man, because we was living separate from them, man. But then Edomites, Edomites, they came in and they did what they did. So that's just is what it is, man. But but ironically enough, man, just it's crazy because that happened, of course, spiritually looking at it as well. a lot of people don't know this, but Black Wall Street really got built up again. So it's just like, so yeah, man, just like, the temple is going to get built back up again, and it is getting built back up again, because why? Like we said earlier, your body is your temple, man. Like like First Corinthians, John 2:20, man. You are the temple, man, and you house out and building each other up, like Jude 1:20 says in the faith again. So that's just is what it is right there, man. So, yeah, man. Let's get Psalm chapter 83 and verse 5. It says, "For they consulted together with one consent; they are confederate against thee." So yeah, man, and out of malice too, maliciousness, man. So and that means God. So let's grab this. Where's that? Where's that? Remove all malice. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Is that James 3? Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. I wanted that James 3 too, but I think this is right here. I saw Peter says that cloak of maliciousness, man. Don't even don't use it, but don't use this like no time, but like no time of like during the gospel, during the testimony, during the witness as a cloak of maliciousness, man. But okay, I think it's in James 3. Let's get James 3. I think that's where it is. Yeah, man. Because notice how it just all goes in the spirit. It's like, the Most High house, the words are spiritual. It first starts spiritually, then physically, man. So, yeah, let's get James chapter 3. I think that's where it is. Yeah. Yep. Oh, my gosh. No, that's not it. Gosh, dang. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Where is it at? I think it's, okay. Oh gosh, come on. Where's it at? Okay, hold on, y'all. It's all good. I can't find it. I'm mad, but it's okay. It says I'll just get First Peter 2:16 since we talked about it. As free, not using your liberty for because it's the truth. Now during this time, of course, your house shot truth shall set you free, but don't use this as a cloak of maliciousness, but servants of Yahweh, man. So yeah, man, that's just is what it is too, man. That's why like Malachi, that's why it says the law is good, but as long as it's used lawfully, man. Because that's why Proverbs 16:2 says, listen, the Most High Yahweh, even though it's lawful, but He weighs the spirit behind it, your motivation and your spirit behind it, man. Don't be maliciousness, man. Don't be like that, man. But I really wanted the thing was remove all malice and things of that nature, but this is kind of closest to it, man. But yeah, man. But this knows how it's but this all goes back into the day of Simon, man, or Simon Maccabees, man. How remove that how Yahushua's his words of spirit, man. How the heathen, pretty much the godless, they love maliciousness, being malicious and spiteful, and wicked, evil, deceitful to people, man. So but that's why but this is telling us not to do that, man. It says, as free, not using liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as servants of Yahweh. So that's just is what it is, man. Hopefully it's edifying. I wanted to do another one, Lord willing. We can go into other stuff later because I do got stuff to do today, but it's all good, man. Hopefully, Most High Yahweh blesses your day. So peace.